money in the music industry and still their music doesn't, go
Yes.
anywhere.
So meaning it
Yeah.
is more of passion and the favor
Yeah,
from God.
yeah, you need favor, you need talent, you need good timing, you need to be consistent with whatever you're doing.
And knowing the audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then do you think they can make it independently? Like someone is working it out, like
Yeah.
I have to go to my own producer, I have to go to this, or at some point they need management, they need record labels and all that.
You can definitely make it independent, but like,
Mm.
how can you sustain yourself after you blow? Because having a breakthrough can happen to anyone, you know. It can happen. It can happen to you. You can go to studio today and you release a song and it hits. But then, if you don't have a management, what you need is a team. You can get a team. You have a couple of friends, and I'm like, you're going to help me with this. You're going to help me with that. You can definitely make it. We have seen very many people that are independent.
Yes, then Xavi, still I want to talk about criticism.
Yeah.
You as an artist, how have you tried to manage
Yeah.
criticism, bad energy,
Yeah.
bad comments, and all that? You'll always have to face that as an artist.
Yeah.
There are those people that come in with a bad energy.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, Xavi ayimba biki oluzungu galungi nga
Yeah,
byayimba siritegeera and all
yeah.
that. How do you manage this and how do you keep moving?
I feel like everyone has what they listen to.
Yes.
I was listening to some guy on TikTok the last time, and it's like, just because you don't listen to a particular artist, it doesn't mean there aren't other people listening to them. So it means you're not a fan of that artist. You might be a fan of another one.
Yeah.
Might as well just listen to that one that you understand, because this one, chikalubiemo,
Chikalo yeah.
yeah. But like the bad comments, I think as a person, I told myself, coming up, because I've always wanted to do music. So I think I've seen, I've been watching, music, entertainment, news, music, entertainment, like, podcasts and what. I've seen artists talk about this very many times. I just kind of trained myself to like understand that this is just the way it is. There's
Okay.
nothing to do about it.
Okay, now
Yeah.
Xavi, my question is about the music you've done and all the songs and how you came up with them.
Yeah.
Do you have that one song that you feel like this song was the best for me? You personally, not
Yeah.
the viewers or us. You
No, I
personally.
do have a favorite song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
My favorite song is Press Play.
Press play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Soko katowe
no, but like it's my favorite song. But you
Yeah.
can understand that an artist's favorite song may not be the audience's favorite song.
Yes.
I'm sure the audience's favorite song may be, Habibi, something like that. But I like this song because the creation process was very amazing. The producer called me like at 3 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, let me first come to studio. He sent the beat, stuff like that. So the process was really amazing, and
Okay.
yeah, I just really like that song.
So that's your song. So
Yeah.
which song do you think brought you to the limelight?
Yeah.
Like this is
That
the
you
song.
appreciate that this one
Yeah.
was my breakthrough.
No, my breakthrough was okay. It was, let me say, I had circles.
Yeah.
It was doing a thing. It was going up.
Mm.
Then there is like a breakthrough, then there's a major breakthrough. So the major breakthrough was Moncherie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely Moncherie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't you think you will give us an offer and do us a cappella?
Yeah. The people's favorite song,
All.
You didn't have to cry, baby. Umurungi jasaba, baby. Where's the vanuga? She should salava, baby. All love to make you cry. Cause back in the yard, mukwano wa wamba. Tolaba girl, tolaba to sun. Right in your day, the sun from a deep slumber. I'll never do you bad, while I remember, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
After you sing that
Yeah.
song, I would like to ask,
Yeah.
who are your target consumers?
The target consumers. The target consumers depends. I feel like for me it depends on the type of song that I'm going to make that particular time. And
Because
I'm
to me
very,
personally, I feel this kind of music
yeah.
Is for love.
pulls a certain
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
What do you mean?
audience to you.
Which audience are you talking
And another thing, I
Which audience
think
are you talking about?
I'm talking about the other gender.
The other gender.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny?
Mm.
The man them listen to my songs more, bro.
I
I'm
get.
going to be honest, bro.
Mm.
It's either the girlfriends are using the man them's phones to play the music,
Yes.
but yeah, something is
because the
fishy around
challenge is
there.
I see on
No,
TikTok
Yeah,
or basically a certain gender you see
yeah,
as the diehard. Yes, the mandems are there, high
yeah,
personality to your
yes,
music and all that.
yes.
But yeah, it also brings us to the questions of
yeah,
you getting into the music industry
yeah.
and stuff. Has this popularity and
Mm.
fame made it easier for you, like to
To
date,
get there.
have situationships and all
Mm.
that? You
But
get,
actually, adding on that,
yeah.
according to the capella he gave in,
Yeah.
I thought, I
Mm.
don't know if my thinking is right,
Yeah.
but don't you want you were not, don't you think you were
Singing for
influenced
someone.
someone or you
Yeah.
are
For
in love?
someone,
Does
no,
it
no,
depend on
no. It
that?
doesn't depend on that. Sometimes it does, by the
Mm,
way.
mm,
Yeah, some
mm.
does.
But
Okay.
Sometimes it
on
doesn't.
that very song,
It's very so.
be open and tell
We
the
shall
viewers.
find out. Yeah.
Okay.
Then, still about in that line,
Yeah.
um, you know, in the entertainment industry, mostly the musicians and all that,
Yeah.
some of the artists you have seen, like in the newspapers,
Yeah.
entertainment shows, and all that,
Mm.
we get to some point and we get to be reminded. Do you remember this artist? Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy is now in rehab. This guy is in this and this and
Mm.
this. So, how have you found the industry? Is
Yeah.
the drug kind of propaganda true? Like drugs are killing artists,
Yeah.
you know, weed and all that. What do you have to say about that?
Yes.
Man, I feel like the music industry is like high school, bro.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, peer pressure, whatever, trying to be cool. You know, the things we did in high school, trying to be cool.
Mm.
But I'm not going to say I'm glad I went through that phase way earlier,
Mm.
but like I'm glad I have self control. Like you should know what works for you as a person, because another person may be using this stuff and it doesn't affect them at all.
You're right.
But the day you start to use them, my guy,
And then briefly to ask,
yeah,
how does it cost someone to manage
mm.
your image as an artist, like your brand? Yeah. Could you?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
the music needs money,
Yeah.
but you can solve some issues quick. You can have friends. Friends are very important.
Mm,
Sometimes you can have a friend that deals in clothes.
mm,
Then you have a friend that is a producer. You have a friend that is a filmmaker,
mm,
and you know
mm,
they help you with discounted prices or
mm,
something like that.
mm.
Yeah, but you actually need money. You need money to drive this thing.
To drive it, yeah.
Still about that background work.
Yeah.
What do you think? The lots of stuff you go through that we, the consumers of your music, don't
Yeah.
know, and we only get the end result. Bichebe, we all eat them and you're like, the
Yeah.
sleepless nights, the production.
Yeah.
There's a night
Because
I
we
had to
keep
come back to
expecting.
studio. We
Yeah.
recorded and the cameras were off and stuff like
Yeah.
that kind of work.
Yeah, I
That
mean sometimes you
we, the
record,
viewers, don't see.
the song gets lost. You need to record it again.
Mm.
There is that. Then there is, sometimes there are people who want to push a certain agenda on you, but that's not you. Or maybe just a couple of people, there's a lot that goes on. There's really a lot. But I feel like as a person, you just need to be calm. Because let me say someone books you
Mm.
and they tell they need you on the 25th. They send the deposit, you reach there, and they start giving explanations. Like, bro, I understand, but
Yeah.
I've already arrived, man.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
Like stuff
So,
like that.
it being the music industry,
Yeah.
and it is a creative industry whereby you have to be so creative, because after one hit,
Yeah.
we as the fans of you expect that there is a next song coming out, and
Yeah.
we expect a lot. How do you handle such pressure, or you are always prepared of the next month?
I think it's very important for an artist not to glue themselves so much onto a particular song.
Mm.
You need to keep creating. Yes, it has,
It has
done
made it, yeah.
beautifully. It's become a hit. You
Mm.
should be grateful.
Yes.
But once you get that hit, I feel like that's when you have to concentrate more.
More. Mm.
To do, because man, they can't love you for one song forever. They'll just be like, yatukuba akayimba man,
Nabulao.
nabulao.
Hiti ya mtu
Yeah.
ya.
So that is the
Sanyazi
Xavi,
Yeah,
personally, on this podcast,
yeah,
I have that song that I like so
Yeah.
much, your song, I would like that at least you also give us that capella.
Which song is that?
I want, I will practice, I will give you a brief on
Yeah.
it. It is Omwana wa Makerere,
Uh, oh,
Antambuza
you had Makere.
Kugere.
We
Yeah,
were.
we are
You
We are
Makerere.
going to
were.
graduate.
We were,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
this
we
was
have
the song
some
that you were singing
and
for
we
the
have
girls.
some graduates
They already sang
who are going
graduate.
to use that song
Yes,
again,
Yeah.
once again.
yes.
But
So
graduate. Oh, it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey. Mm,
Yeah, but it's crazy how that song
mm,
came about.
mm,
I wrote this song on a TikTok live,
mm,
and the people kept asking for
mm,
it, and I'm like,
mm,
let me just give them their song, and I
mm.
release it, and it
do you have
blows
that
up.
one Makerere?
Yeah,
Yes,
I've
maybe.
never been to Makere though.
You may
I'm,
have that
I'm
one
being
girl
honest, bro.
there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I've never been there.
What
So how
inspired
did
you
the line
to
come about?
align it?
Like
Mm.
I see them on TikTok, bro. Yeah,
Oh,
I see them walking around Nakao and whatever.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Makere, bro.
So
Okay.
Xavi, who is your biggest inspiration in this music industry?
My biggest.
Yeah.
I won't say like inspiration, but like people that I looked at
Yeah.
or looked up to when I was coming.
Mm,
I listened to a lot of music
mm,
and like
Old school or
old
new
school,
school?
yeah, yeah,
mm,
all that
mm,
stuff. I've listened to a lot of music whereby like the person said that I sound like very many people, but it's because I've listened to a lot of music.
Mm.
And for me, I like to break it down into beats. Growing
mm,
up, let me say I was listening to Ragadi and DJ Michael.
mm,
Then you
Sounds
grow up,
uncoordinated.
you understand.
mm,
So
mm,
you grow up, then you start listening to a little
Mm.
bit of
mm,
Migros, Maurice
mm,
Curia, Cohen
mm,
JC,
mm,
Cosine Yenze,
Cool kid
mm,
music.
mm.
Daddy Andre. Daddy Andre was a big thing in our time, bro.
Yeah, I
Ah,
remember.
Yeah, yeah,
mad
actually,
time.
yes.
Then
Mm,
later on, people come and you enjoy. I love Joshua Barrack's music.
mm,
You know,
mm,
I love Genesis Chimera.
mm,
There are people doing very amazing music. Shout out Ecolate,
mm.
shout out. Who else? Who else is there?
Uh,
Arag, Sean
uh,
Official. Guys, man, you can literally pick something that you admire from all these people.
mm,
If it's
mm,
consistency, work rate, their work ethic.
mm.
So man, yeah.
Then
So,
about
Xavi,
collaborations. Who is that
uh-huh,
one
that is the
musician
one I wanted.
you
Yeah,
feel you would
Mm.
love to
you would love
collaborate
to
with?
collaborate with.
If I get a
Collaborate with.
collaboration with this guy,
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I've collaborated with most of the people that I've wanted to. There are just a few
you could
missing.
give us some
That
examples.
one
Or
musician
you're
that
Yeah.
still
you look
cooking in
at.
studio.
We're still
Mm,
cooking. I
I
want
get
them to come as surprises, but
Yeah.
the ones I haven't worked with, I'll definitely work with them because, yeah,
Because lately I saw your kind of collaboration with DJ Treasy,
yeah,
and the song is making some good rounds on social media and
yeah.
all that. How did you get Treasy
How did I
and this
get
project?
cheesy?
Yeah.
Cheesy has been my buddy. Cheesy has
mm,
been my buddy, but like more of
Mm.
like an internet friend.
mm.
Okay.
Then we finally met up. I give him
Okay.
this idea. He's like, man, we should do something as well. So
So,
sit down, we create that song.
Mm.
Xavi, I